Sabi ko, no, ano ka ba? Why are you speaking of the end? Diba? He said that in the event that I don't make it, love, for me, you'll make me so happy by being my wife. If it was the last thing I wish. As he closed the book, he was like, I truly believe that God exists because he gave me you at the right time. I was just sitting there just... Kasi may ground rules eh. Don't speak eh. Diba? Let them finish. Let me finish first. Welcome back to another episode of Soulful Feast, bite-sized information to nourish your body, mind, and spirit. I'm your host, Stephanie Zubiri, and if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so excited that you chose to spend your time with us here today. I swear to you, you are in for such a rich episode. Today is... grab some tissues. I mean it. It's going to be very emotional, but also so heartwarming. I have with me today somebody who knows grief intimately. And I have to say, grief has been a topic in my life that I have just kind of entered with trepidation. I have been fortunate to be spared the physical loss of somebody close to me, but yet I feel it every day with my aging parents. That doesn't mean to say that I haven't experienced grief in my life at the loss of past chapters, whether that's relationships or friendships or even businesses or anything like that, or even the loss of myself. But to really lose someone you love, I am still bracing myself for what that will feel like. And here today, there is somebody who is such a truly beautiful soul and has navigated these waters with such grace and, I would say, wisdom. And for the first time, she's really ready to share her journey. Here with me today is Parul Shah. Hi, Parul.
Hi, Stephanie. Thank you. Thank you so much for actually having me. And I feel like you've seen me through my journey a couple of times. I've been to your retreats, and you've heard slices of what has happened to me during this period. And I continue to choose me during the period of healing. And there's no one path to grief, right? Asan yung Google Map? Pa-drop.
Wala. Just so, just to set the tone of everything, because, like you said, kanina to me, there's one thing that's certain. Lahat tayo mamamatay.
Yeah, if there's something that's certain, that there will be death, no?
Yeah.
And that we all know. We all know this is true. But to actually come face to face to it when you are at the front row, it doesn't matter how prepared you are. It's a different experience. I think it's a very different experience for everyone going through grief themselves. So please go ahead.
So, let's begin in case there are audiences out there that don't know your story. You met your husband, Stephen Koo, how? Let's start muna sa love story.
Let's start. How? Wow,
How,
Stephen.
when did this love
Stephen-
story come about?
It's so beautiful because Stephen, I've been friends with him for over 10 years. And he's been such a sweetheart. Very, always there. Alam mo yan, always protective, always there to help. I think we all know Stephen like that. And I used to go to Stephen kasi I wanted help sa business. At that time, he was very curious. Sabi niya, oh, model ka, you want to learn about business. Ganun siya eh. Yung
Pero mahusay talaga siya sa business.
Yes.
He was the one talaga encouraging me also with at
Yes.
the time I was in the food industry. Parang sidebar that people don't know, Stephen and I actually started a business called Gastronomers Inc. We were supposed to
Oh.
partner together sa
Nice.
restaurant. But then my dad was like, wag ka na mag-partner. You know, like old school.
Yeah.
Pero ang galing niya talaga mag-vision. He's like, well, you have to be able to franchise it. You have to... He
Yes.
was really good at business. So it makes sense to me that you would go to him for advice.
For
diba?
advice, if there was anybody, and even everyone in the circle, they're like, I think you need to get advice from Stephen. So ako naman, I would go to him. I was like, Stephen, I think I need help. Like, with business, I'm very new. I didn't go to business school. I don't know about business. Would be great. And that time, that was my first corporate job as well. I love negotiating, but I never had the business background or structure of it. Very brusco.
Correct.
Ako, like, negotiating for suppliers. I know how to negotiate the prices. Ganon talaga. Pero to put it into a business, that's a different ball game. Alam mo yan, it's very black and white.
Yeah.
And with business, alam ko every peso counts.
Yeah. It is about numbers, right?
And trying to understand it a little bit more. I didn't want to go in it just because ay magaling ako mag-negotiate. No.
Correct.
If I know I have a skill and that needs to be like polished a little bit more, please tell me. I'm all ears. What am I doing wrong? What can I do right? How can I be better? Ganon lagi yun. Because at the end of the day, it's not you alone eh. It's the entire business, everyone there, everyone that spent time and effort to actually build that.
Yeah.
So I'm also doing my due diligence, diba? Hindi pwede, I'm like, namesake. No, hindi pwede yun. Yung kailangan, do your due diligence. And by doing that, it's so funny, I bumped into Stephen around the world, ha? I bumped into him in Dubai. I bumped into him in the Philippines because I wasn't really based in the Philippines.
Yes.
Right? So Philippines, Mumbai, and Dubai. And then, funny enough, I was like, I kept bumping into him. I was like, what are you doing in Dubai? He's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I was born and raised here. He's like, what? No way. And I met Stephen over a family Sunday dinner. I always kept bumping into him either at the family dinner, ganon. Not at the clubs, if you know Stephen. Funny enough, I never did bump into him around in the club scene. Usually over dinners with a group of friends. And I was like, you know what, would be great. And one thing about me, it's I look at my circle of friends, and I would, if I don't know anything, I'd be like, hey, can you help me? Can you help guide me here? Ganon, if I know that that's his strength. Ganon. Fast forward, parang a year after, he basically said like, babe, I love you. I was like, I love you too. Thank you for helping me talaga. Sabi niya, no, I love you.
What?
No, I love you, Parul. I need you to, And he was very blunt about it. Very, very blunt about it. It was at a friend's birthday, and he just said like, I love how you see life, and I love how you approach life. I love how you see your shortcomings and how you want to improve on it. I was like, oh, thank you. Kasi hindi ako nagmamagaling.
Yeah.
Sabi, kasi hindi ako nagmamagaling. If I don't know, I think the best thing you do is be honest about it, take accountability, and then learn, and then be better.
Correct.
At it, right? Tapos, sabi niya, that's a lot. I was like, and for me, at that time, I was like, but Stephen, we've been friends for 10 years. Ano ka ba, kadiri? Ew. I can't imagine like kissing you, right?
Yeah.
So I can't imagine kissing you. No. What if this doesn't work? It's different kasi, babe. When you're friends and you love your friend, I love all my girlfriends and my guy friends. Pero if you take it to another level. If that
Of
breaks,
course, you lose also the friendship, which
yes,
is
you
scary,
kind of
right?
lose the friendship. And I don't date within the circle.
Uh-oh.
Ganon, di ba? I was like, He was like, you're not a kid. Hindi na tayo bata. Hindi na tayo bata. And I was like, oh.
How old were you then?
I was 30 years old. Yeah, I was 30 years old. And he was like, hindi na tayo bata. And the way you value your values around your family and how you like to help everyone around you. He said, like, I thought I was giving. Siya ha, si Stephen. Pero the way I feel that you are giving is beyond me. And I shed light over him. I was like, you're really great at helping people because you give them the opportunity to help them. Diba? Ako naman, selfless, giving. So magkaiba yun. But at the end of the day, it's all about giving. It's all about sharing. It's all about also receiving. Diba? Cut the long story short, I came back and I was like, okay, fine, Stephen, we're ready. But eto yung ground rules, ha. If this doesn't work out, we will always be friends. I'm not gonna make taya this relationship. Tapos, after this, 10 years of friendship is gonna go down the drain. You've helped me, you've helped shape not just my lives, but everyone around our circle. It's diba the community here in Manila, parang everyone knows everybody.
Yeah.
I don't wanna like, leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth. I want it to be great. If ever we're gonna step into this, dapat it's like
All in.
All in. And if also, which is great about Stephen, he said that we both have been into different relationships, and it didn't work out for multiple reasons, but we didn't want to carry it on into this relationship. So if there's anything, it was this. He said, put words into your emotions. Don't move with emotions first. Alam mo tayo, we're like, kapag galit tayo. Pero for Stephen, he will take the facts out of it. So, ayun, that was the thing. And I was like, all right, let's go. Let's give this a try. And when we did, COVID happened.
Oh my gosh.
COVID happened. Beautiful. He told me he's never been in a relationship 24/7 magkasama sa isang bahay. Sabi niya, 1 year na tayo magkasama. In dog years, 7 times 7 yan. And then I was like, oh my God, Stephen. But it was great because I've learned so much in this relationship. Yes, hardworking, independent woman. And I was like, nah. When I was with Stephen, he kind of like, he saw me. He really did. And for the first time, my entire feminine energy just came out. I loved nesting. Because for me, my entire life, all I was making sure was everyone's nest was protected.
Yeah.
Being the panganay, the breadwinner of the family, you made sure that everyone's nest is protected. But for the first time, someone protected my nest. Right? And he gave me the opportunity to do that. And I was like, oh my God, I love this! I love this talagang and he was working night and day.
Yeah.
He had work and different time zones pa. Meron din dito sa Pilipinas, meron din. And if you know Stephen's very hands-on with everything. Very hands-on. Pakialamero. Tama ba yung Tagalog? Yeah. He wants to make sure that everyone is everything that he's trying to build, he has eyes on, and he makes sure that it's built properly. I've learned so much with that. Even if we did argue,
Of course naman, that's normal, right?
even if we did argue, he was like, I'm not gonna do this.
How did you know he was really like your super soulmate?
because it didn't feel like a competition with him. It didn't feel like I am right, you are wrong, tama to. It didn't feel like a fight. It didn't feel like I also needed to prove myself over and over again.
Yeah.
You know? And for me, I was like, whoa, I've got it all wrong. What? Right? And then
You can rest.
and it was a habit.
Right.
You know, the habit of the trauma from your past relationships and how you've handled it. It kind of comes out. Whether it's your relationship, friendship, family.
It comes back. It comes back as lessons that you need to learn some more. It comes back to haunt you so you can wrestle with it.
Exactly. He doesn't wrestle with it. He doesn't fight. He just looks at me and he's like, okay, listen, I'm not going to do this, but I hear you. I am going to go take a walk. If you don't want me to take a walk, you go take a walk. You know? We'll come back. He'd give me a pen and paper. He was like, write down everything you want and we will discuss this properly. Like what? Like a business? You're treating me like a business? Ganun ako. And then he's like, love, it's not about the business because I want to take the emotions out and listen to the facts. What is really hurting you? I see you're hurting and I see that that this is the way you feel like you can translate it. Like you can like put it out on the table. And I'm here to tell you this did not work. It did not work in your past relationship. It did not work in my past relationship.
It's old patterns, negative patterns that don't need to be carried forward.
And I just sat there so shocked that he was right. He is right. I was like, Parul, stop it. Go, take a walk. You take a walk. He takes a walk. When we came back, just looked at him. I had tears in my eyes. And he had tears in his eyes. He was like, baby, I love you. Come on. Tell me how I can be better. And I will tell you how we can do things better. And he also laid the ground rules. When I'm talking, let me finish. You process, and then you listen. Ganun siya. He treated it like a business, and I think that was the best decision ever. I think because, diba, when you're at work, you don't go screaming and shouting, fighting.
I think the difference is it's respect, right? And it's mutual respect. And I think we forget that the people we love the most, we know that they'll love us. Parang we don't have a lot of patience for them. So we just... But actually, you need to command and ask and set the boundaries as well. So
That's
that
so beautiful.
there's this beautiful communication, right? Like, I was like that before. I was like so dramatic. And then Scott would be like, stop. No one speaks to me like this. Like, I actually threw a face shield at him before, like, he's like, okay, nobody treats me like this. And if you're gonna we can talk, we can have an argument, but you can't speak to me like this, and you can't throw things at me. I'm like, tama naman. Yeah, tama naman.
Let's be honest here, diba? But
he asked for it, right? And I think that self-respect is important in healthy relationships.
I love that you mentioned that, you command for it. It's like more like setting ground rules, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And really, I feel like when you know it's your soulmate, talagang lalabas. Anything that you need to process will come out so that you can process it because he's your soulmate. He will help you process it and digest it, and then it doesn't come out again.
Anymore. Yeah. Beautiful. Wow. So let's move forward to later in your relationship.
Well, I feel like the nesting part was amazing. 2021, I feel, was... I don't even have a word for that. He proposed 2021. I'm going to lay it all out on the table now.
Yeah.
2021, he proposed. 10 days later, he got diagnosed with adenocarcinoma stage 4, which is a fancy word for lung cancer. A month after that, both my parents got COVID, and they both had to be intubated for about 2.5 weeks. My mom, when they removed her intubation, she was diagnosed with stroke. She had her entire right side paralyzed. She couldn't speak anymore. My dad got out of the hospital, both of them, about the same time, a month after. A month after that, both his kidneys failed. My dad. A month after that, he passed. After that, my mom was going through a lot of things. She had heart disease, diabetes, all the E's, the disease. She had that. 10 months after that, Stephen passed. I feel 2021 to 2022, in a span of literally 11 months, all that happened. And mind you, when this happened, it was the pandemic. So when my dad passed, I couldn't fly to Dubai. I couldn't lay his body down. I was caught by, I need to take care of Stephen. And I felt so much for my sister, who was alone, taking care of 2 seniors na lumabas pa from the hospital, and both disabled. And to get a caregiver was so hard at that time because it was the pandemic. I felt it all, the grief of it all, when Stephen passed. He passed May 29, 2022. And I think that was when I didn't even, I couldn't, that was when it all hit me, and it hit me hard. Because finally I could feel. I could finally feel the grief, because I need to become, and not become, I need to be strong. In front of Stephen, I was strong. I had it all put together. It's like, oh, baby, it's time, we have to go to your doctor's appointment, and then later, my mga therapy sessions ka, and then the food, house, everything fixed. Remember? I felt like 2020 was training lang for me to nest. Diba? And I don't know what I've asked for. But I'm not special, no? Marami din nangyayari to sa buong mundo. It happens everywhere. And that's when I realized that grief, no matter how prepared, I had time to say goodbye to Stephen. We had time to go through the battle together. You know, I always said that he's not carrying the burden of cancer alone. Like, we have it together. I was like, baby, I'm with you.
Share with us. I mean, I know a little bit from what you shared with me personally, but what were those last days like with him? Did you already know that death was imminent?
Yes. We kind of did. And the one day he sat me down. This was Feb of 2022. He sat me down and he said, "Baby, come, we need to talk." Stephen being Stephen, we need to talk. Because he tries to run it like a business. It's like, "Come, baby, we need to talk. Listen, this year we are getting married. We couldn't get married the year before is because Papa passed away, and we need to respect that." I was like, "Thank you, but this year we need to. In the event that I do not make it, at least I know I've done my due diligence to at least do something good for you." Sabi ko, "No, ano ka ba? Why are you speaking of the end?" Diba? He was like, "Okay." Sabi niya, "Okay, fine. In the event that we things get better, because magkikimo na siya." He didn't do chemo. He had oral chemo for about 8 months. But he sat me down and he said that in the event that I don't make it, love, for me, you'll make me so happy by being my wife. If it was the last thing I wish, and I want you to grant that for me." Sabi ko, "Baby, we can get through this, and then at the end of the year, we'll walk down the aisle together. I'll be wearing the white dress." Ano mo yung ganun? He was like, "Yeah, we will do that. We will have that wedding. But in the event that it doesn't happen, at least I have done what is right by you. So please." He was like, he closed the book. He was holding, because my notes shy. He closed it. "I'm gonna go take a walk now." I was like, "But no, I want you to just cry with me." He was like, "Why should I cry?" He said, "Why should I cry? You're gonna make me the happiest man alive. So I'm gonna go take a walk." And just enjoy the fact that I know when I come home, I'll be coming home to my wife. So much has happened. He just walks away. He's like, "I've lived a full life." For him, for his life to be complete, is for him to marry me. I mean, I've lived a full life, baby. Traveled the world. Through the biggest parties. Had great partners. Businesses were great. There's so many ups and downs, and I've lived it. And he said this, as he closed the book, he was like, "I truly believe that God exists because he gave me you at the right time." I was just sitting there kasi my ground rules don't speak Diba? Let them finish. Let me finish first. So sabi ko, I didn't have the words to say, "Babe, what would you say? You're there. He asked you to hold that space. And he filled that space up so much, babe. So much love. And for the first time, that love felt like so much pain. I didn't realize that love could be so painful. I did not, in any way, shape, or form. And he went out for his afternoon walk. I'm so sorry. Sabi ko eh, don't get. You know, we all have this fairy tale way of maybe we'll get married like this, maybe we'll get married like that. My dad always said, like, you should always find a man that loves you and respects you and honors you and puts you above it all. And makes sure that the kitchen is always full. He checked all the boxes. When we got married, he passed 3 months after. Ang sakit. I don't know. I just told myself that this is love. Love might be very painful. I don't know what it was. It was like nag-fast forward ang life for me, diba? Oh, you're happy you got married, ganyan. Basta lahat. He had to hold me when my dad passed. Alam mo yung ganon. It was so nice that he was there to hold me. You want your partners to be there. And then, sana if your parents pass away, nandun sila to hold you. I'm so happy that he was there to kind of do that for me. But it was very, very different to... Steph, I have no words. I have no words for that.
When he passed, I know you went through a dark time. What did that feel like? What happened, if you don't mind sharing? Because I know because you shared with me, but I think if you're comfortable, it's also gives so much hope to people who feel like they've lost it all,
Grief, like I said, no, it has no roadmap, no matter how prepared you are. Like I told myself, you're not special, Parul. Because people have lost their loved ones, didn't even get the chance to say goodbye. They weren't there physically. You could cross the road and anything could happen. At least, Parul, you had the chance to say goodbye. I remembered at the ICU, I laid with him in his bed. And I know for a fact this will be the last 2 hours that I will feel his warmth. And I told him, I whispered, he didn't want to let go, Steph? This is what was happening. Every time I held his hand like this, like his heartbeat was normal, his oxygen was normal. Every time I let it go, it would drop. It was so weird that was happening. Steph, I'm a nurse, ah. Alam ko yan. Like, been in ICUs. I've declared people that have passed. You know, parang it's different when you have to go through it yourself. And every time I held his hand, his heartbeat would stabilize, his oxygen levels would be okay. Every time I really need to go pee, and as I let go, and as I step out of the room, nag-drop lahat. So I truly believe that your auras are completely encapsulate. You know how they merge when you love someone? You stay with them 24/7. They kind of So when I laid in bed with him, the doctors were like, I don't think he can make it until maybe tonight. I laid in bed with him. His sister, Stephanie, also. She was like, Parul, just come stay with him. And they tucked me in bed with him. And then I hugged him. I said, baby, you're so brave. Thank you. And I whispered in his ear, I was like, you're so brave. You've done so much. I am so, so proud of you. And as I whispered, I was like, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. You know me. I'll be okay. You didn't choose a weak one. I'll be okay, my love. I think it's time for you to fly. And then, as I said that, his heartbeat, everything just dropped. And I felt like, you know, like the body might feel like it's giving up. Oh my God, this is such a cry session. The body feels like it's giving up. But that energy, that soul, that's there, will hang on because we were hanging on. As I said that, baby, just go. Just fly, okay? I love you. I'm letting you go now. I held him so tight. That will always hurt. That exact moment. I can talk about how Stephen and I met. I can talk about, how we've built things, how we argued, and I would still laugh about all that. But that particular time where he sat me down again to ask me again to marry him, and then that ICU room. Steph. Yeah, how much I love white. I knew I'd be wearing white. I knew I'd be walking down the aisle. I knew there would be flowers. But I didn't know that I'd be walking down the aisle of his funeral. I knew I'd be wearing white, not at his funeral. I knew there would be flowers, but not like that. But you know what? I'm glad that it was me. I'm glad that he had flowers. I'm glad that he was so loved.
He really was.
And Steph, sana may Google Map eh. Like direction, where to go. There are books. I had an entire community of people that have helped me through my grief. He has prepared them all. They mentioned it to me after. Stephen messaged me, sabi niya, oh, pag si Parul, pag nagalit yan, hayaan mo lang. Kasi masakit, nasasaktan siya kasi wala na ako. So, intindihin niyo na lang si Parul. I just want you to hold her closer. Hold her like I would hold her. Grabe, no?
And from that moment, what happened there?
I finally felt the grief na talaga. Because I've learned that grief pala isn't the passing of someone that you love. It's actually the dreams that you've built around them. Right? Grief isn't the passing, the physical passing of somebody. Grief is when you've lost your job, your family, loss of a child, the hope that you could build a family around. It's the dream. And then it hit me even harder, diba? Mas masakit, sabi ko, oh my God, mas masakit pala siya to actually come face to face with grief. Again, Stephanie, I'm not special to this. People have lost their families, the dreams they could have had. Like, it's the hardest part here is to dream again.
Mm-hmm.
It's painful because you don't want to forget them. And what I've realized, Stephen's angelversary will be on May 29. And what I've realized in the 4 years is that you don't get over it. You can't move on. You have to move forward with it. Because during this journey, I've met many widows, widowers, boyfriend and girlfriend that have lost someone they've loved. And if you ask us yung common denominator of bakit ayaw na ayaw namin, like we don't want to hear of, is you'll find love again. You'll move on. You'll find love again. You'll move on. In my head, I was like, I was filled with rage and anger. You won't know. You don't even know how that sounds. And I thought it was just me. But when you meet people that have gone through the same experience, they were like, why do people say that? I was like, I don't know. I really don't. Would you have, Parul? I was like, no. I don't think I would, because I've had friends who also lost at least 3 or 4 members of the family in the span of a year. Different scenarios and different situations, but never mentioned any of that because you don't move on. You move forward with them. And I still speak of Stephen in the present because he is present. He is present with the people and the community that he has left behind. He is present at home, in the home that we have built. He's present in the work that I do. I will tell everyone that have lost the ones that they have loved, move forward with them, because the right people will hold that space for them. You are present now because Stephen is so integrated in into everything, into my present now. And people that walk into your life, people that meet you at where you're at in life, you move forward with it, because with that light, no matter the weight, that light is gonna help guide and guide, because it's not easy. You see, grief is not easy.
It took you a difficult journey to get to where you are today, right?
Yeah.
And can you share what was your darkest moment? And what pulled you out of it?
You know what they say, like, there are stages of grief? Yeah, it was the anger. I wasn't in denial because I knew what was coming. I had so much anger. It was so dark. I wanted to numb, because if you dig deep into anger,
It's grief.
it's actually grief. She's sad.
Yeah.
She's very sad, you know? Anger is just the front. Siya yung sitting in front, sige. Siya yung, that's the one that's gonna be strong for you. So
Correct.
people look at you angry. They didn't see me angry because I was just very rebellious. I drank a lot to numb the pain. I drank a lot to numb the pain. How would I know this? Is because for 9 months, every month I would go to the supermarket and get 30 bottles of gin. Kasi 30 days. Pag 31 days, 31 bottles of gin, wine, and beer. And I made sure I would drink the entire bottle of gin, the entire bottle of wine, and 10 cans of beer every day. Every day for 9 months, so I could just numb it. Oh. During this entire process, I was also going through therapy. But again, it was just everything again, all at the same time. You're trying to heal yourself. You're trying to feel yourself. Okay ba yun? You're feeling it. You're trying to heal it. But I was also trying to numb it. I was trying to numb it all. It was so bad. My hair started falling out. I couldn't fit my shoes anymore because my feet and hands were swollen. And it's not like I didn't know what to do, right? But I wanted it all to end. Every day I woke up, I was like, can't believe I'm awake. It was harder to live. And the easier choice was, maybe I'll just do this na lang. I'll numb it. Maybe I won't wake up na lang. Okay rin. It's easier.
What changed?
I dreamt of him. I dream of him all the time, but this time in this dream, he literally grabbed me. he grabbed me. Like, literally, the dream was, I could remember it. Again, woke up in a field of greens. And I turned around. I would see him in my dreams, and I always said, like, hey, hi, love. And every time I see him, I'd ask him, I was like, you know you've passed, right? That he would always answer back. You always ask me that question. Of course I do. I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, Parul, and then just pulls me up. And he was like, look at the field. I was like, yeah, what about the field? Look at the flowers. I was like, oh, they're dandelions. He was like, stop it. You know exactly what to do. He grabs me, and then he pushes me. And then I fall onto the field, and then just wake up. I was like, dandelions. Dandelions are for liver. Dandelion heals the liver. Again, you take what you know.
What you resonate with.
Yes. It's like dandelion are for liver. At that time, even the color of my pee was the color of Coca-Cola. And even at that much pain, when I went to the doctor, he was like, you must be in pain. I was like, no. Nothing's painful. I was so numb. But 2024, at my 36th birthday, I just told myself, enough. And I completely took out all the alcohol at home. Went completely plant-based because my body needed to heal. Because I understand how you could neutralize the body. My body was so acidic. At the same time, Stepha, I've been to the ashram also of Master Delpe. I stayed there for a month with a lot of esoteric teachings. But again, I was doing it while I was still in pain.
Yeah.
Even during the pain of grief, I was still putting myself into different retreats and whatnot. But you know this because a lot of people know, a lot of people watch. But true learning comes when the lesson appears right in front of you. Now you need to apply it. It's understanding and it's application. Alam natin to, we can go to multiple retreats, pero if you don't apply it,
Yes. It's just escape also.
yes,
It's just escape. Yeah.
it was all that. So I was going to different places, and I will hold myself accountable for that. Different places, different teachings, different learnings, and it was easy because the environment could host you,
Yeah.
right? Could pamper
Hold you.
Yes, that's very right. I could pamper you and hold you. Pero pag babalik ka na naman, it all comes
Back. Yeah.
It all comes back. Feels like a tsunami of emotions all over again. It wasn't until I moved into our marital home, which was being built while he was going through cancer. When I moved into that home, babe, you have no idea. It is true what they say. The environment that got you sick will not be the environment that will get you well.
The stagnant emotions, the heaviness, you need to move.
Yeah.
And have new energy.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I kept going to different retreats, going to different learnings and teachings. And I was like, why isn't it working? And then when we moved, it was in a different home. Everywhere I looked in the other home was like, oh, Stephen and I sat there. Oh, he would like this food here. He'd like to have his teas here. Oh, I'd shower him here. Oh, I'd carry him to the toilet. I would do this with him here. So the house was like really, we're carrying the pain.
I believe that.
And when we moved out, for some odd reason, I told myself I'm not buying any more gin or wine or any of that. And finally, I could apply everything that I've learned at different retreats, at different classes, at the ashram. Finally, that made sense. I could digest it more. I started healing my body with no modern medicine involved. My skin came back, hair started growing out, my nervous system calmed down, and the body naturally healed. And then I cried even more after that.
Because you have to release.
I cried even more because I was like, why did it work for me? Why didn't it work for him? Ayon. So grief is such a roller coaster.
It's like a cycle, no?
It is.
It's like pabalik.
Balik. And then I'm like, no, Parul, come here, hold yourself. So I've learned to hold myself. I've learned to hold myself. I've learned to hold myself when I remember something and I feel like it's going to be really strong and heavy. I'll try to start soothing myself. I start rocking and be like, hey, Pearl, it's okay. You're allowed to feel, Stephen. I'm allowed to feel the pain, And in fact, it was when I moved out of the home that we were renting and then moved into the marital home, that grief or that pain that came with it, like sana nandito siya. It was a different kind of grief. It was more like, I'm gonna hug you now.
Yeah.
I need you to breathe now. And again, that's another layer of surviving. I felt like surviving grief. And then sabi ko, wow, grief is it's really beautiful if you understand it, if you overstand it. When you allow yourself, because I wasn't allowing myself.
Because I think, you have to give yourself grace. Also.
Yun.
Diba? Ang hirap. And I find that a lot of the women that I encounter, they only give themselves permission to feel when the container is ready to hold it. And it's okay pag delayed. Diba? Because you have to pull yourself together.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to give yourself the grace that, it's like a bleeding heart. You have to nurse it back to health.
Right.
Slowly and slowly. So if you keep picking at the wound, it'll never heal.
Correct.
So sometimes talagang may band-aid talaga. So, and sometimes the band-aid is things to numb ourselves, things to escape so that it can heal. And then when we take off the band-aid, there's still the itch. There's still the scar. Sometimes the scar may sakit pa rin, right? But there still really needs a band-aid time. And so give yourself grace. That's what I felt when you were in our retreat.
Yeah.
That you were able to just allow.
Kaya babe, nakita mo ang tagal ko mag-write. Ako yung last ata, parang back-to-back yun.
Yeah. But
Because I allowed.
You allowed. You were finally able to allow. So, Parul, today, what are you allowing for yourself today?
I allow myself to speak my truth, because it's very tiring to put on a mask. Whether you're angry, whether you want to, we all wear masks. But it's hard to speak our truth, to say that we are hurting, to say that we are in pain, to say, no, I do not like that. For the longest time, I didn't get to do that. And this is not because of Stephen. Stephen only brought it all to light.
Yeah.
He brought it all to light because grief goes beyond the physical loss of things. It brings out everything that you needed to be in the process of it. You need to be strong, babe. You need to be strong. I couldn't say that I was tired. I couldn't speak my truth. But what Stephen did was brought that to light. What he has also done for me was create a safe space. He made sure his friends, his family knew how to take care of me. He also mentioned it to everyone, like, I hope Parul finds love again. I hope she finds love within herself first. That's so beautiful, no?
Do you feel you found that now?
I have found more love now through Stephen. So much more, because, like I said, a lot of us like to put on a mask so that we could cover the grief that we are going through, no matter what that grief is. And once you take off the mask, you'll see that there's love everywhere. When you are real and true to yourself, people will hold you closer. I want to say thank you to everyone that was there for me, babe. Everybody that was there for me. Whether in person, over the phone. Thank you. When I started healing myself was when I ripped off the sash that I was wearing. The widow of Stephen. I'm a widow. He didn't want that.
Yeah.
He did not want that. I used it as a crutch for me for the longest time. And once, it wasn't like ripping it off, it was like gracefully taking it off, right? Gracefully saying, like, thank you. Thank you for the lesson. I took off my sash and said, like, thank you for the lesson. You have taught me a lot about grief and about love. And grief, I think, for me, taught me how to receive love. Because for the longest time, as the ate, as the breadwinner, you give and you give and you give and you give. And that becomes the rhythm, the energy, the frequency. And I was programmed to that, but did not know how to program to receive, to be loved. And I felt like that one person I did allow to love me was him and he was gone. And I was like, nah, don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. And for me, it's that. And I'm so grateful for all the friends, the family, and including myself, to put myself out there no matter what. Diba? Even when I was broken, even when I was bleeding.
Yeah.
To put myself out there. But it wasn't until last year where I've shown myself so much grace, babe. As in, last year ako like, ganda-ganda. It's time to be ganda-ganda, It's like, oh my God, I think I need this when I saw your, unleash the goddess from within. Oh, I think I need this. I need this now. And it's great because I've helped heal my physical body, but the physical body is just one part of your entire being.
Mm-mm.
Right? So it's like, there's also the emotional body.
Yeah.
And then there's the auric body, and then the etheric body. And I was like, oh my God, I think I need this. Now I feel like I'm in a soft girl era. Sabi ko, tama na. Nakakapagod maging strong, independent woman.
I love it kasi naalala ko your when you had to give your declaration.
Yeah, girl.
You're like, I want to help. I was like,
Oh.
sandali lang, Parul. What do
See?
you want for you?
See?
You were like, I'm tired. I want someone to take care of me.
Yo, diba? See?
Yes.
And I don't make these things up. I say it as it is. I say it as life gives it to me from my perspective.
Yeah.
And from other people looking in from their own perspective. Everyone has their own narrative, and it's so beautiful. And I love it when my friends are like, Parul, this is how I see life. What you're doing to really, ew, Kadiri, I want to fix myself. Let's because I truly believe also that your community will speak the truth of you.
Yes.
And my mantra is like, everyone in my circle will shed light onto me.
It's beautiful.
They will always shed light onto me, and it is my the least I could do, like yung due diligence ko, is to process it from light, right? Process it and be like, if this is what's needed for me to improve, to upgrade, to be a better version of myself, then by all means. And from now on, I said, like, I'm gonna share my light.
Yeah.
I want to share my story. For the longest time, even for me, I'm nahiya ako sa camera.
No na.
Right?
It's time.
And like I said, babe, like, it's different when you feel like you put yourself out there. You feel like you go to you enroll in different things, which is great. I want you all to push yourself and give that to yourselves, because it's knowing. But the true lessons come when the lesson now is in front of you. Now, how do you respond to that? Pag-exam na.
Integration.
Yes.
It's the real life integration of all of these things. You can go to everything, go to all the ashrams, go to all the retreats, but until you integrate it into your everyday life and relationships, it's just another drug.
Yes.
It's just another bottle of alcohol, right? It's just another Band-Aid, however way you want to frame it, because the lessons need to be integrated in your everyday truth and lived in your everyday truth.
Everyday truth. Yan yun, to speak your truth.
Yeah.
And it's easier said than done, but to speak your truth, babe, because we try to put, like how you had to unmask me at the retreat. Stop it, Parul. Again, so I was like, okay, that's another mask out. She saw that. All right. Diba? Until, like, parang 10 questions after, I was like, I just want to be loved. I want to be taken care of. And that's when I allowed myself to receive now, Parul. It's time to
Beautiful.
receive. And for everyone that's going through this journey of grief, you need to allow yourself to feel, but also give yourself grace, Also give yourself grace that we're all going to go through grief one way or the other, whether it is through work, family, loved ones, a dream. It's all part of life. And I think that's something we need to learn. We need to learn, we need to listen, we need to hold space. Because not everyone will be, how do we say this? Will reciprocate grief the same way.
It's a very personal journey.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not like we will be in the front row of grief all the time. But to be able to experience it, and now to be able to hold anyone that's sitting in the front row.
To sum this up, first of all, thank you.
Thank you.
For trusting me with your story, for sharing it with so much rawness, and for leaning into it, because this will help so many people going through the same thing. So I'm very grateful. And I feel so honored that we got to connect at this evolved version of ourselves.
I know.
It's so special.
Right?
Because parang we've known each other for a long time, but to connect at the soul level,
I know, right?
it's so special. And I feel so honored to be your friend and to have you in this orbit, and that you have this light that you're ready to even shine brighter in this world.
Thank you.
Thank you. In one sentence, as we close, just one sentence, what is the greatest learning or wisdom that you have from this experience that you can only say today and see today? One sentence.
Life is not fragile. I hear that line a lot. They say life is so fragile. But she's not. She's tough. She's hard. She has so much strength. And so many lessons. If there's anything you need to learn, because there's so many knowledge out there. Sorry, Steph.
It's okay.
I have sweaty hands. Because life is not fragile. Because I wanted to end it. So it's not fragile. She is one of the best lessons you will learn. If anything, open your mind, your heart, and your soul. And you are gonna enjoy the ride. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Parul.
She's not fragile.
That's so beautiful.
She's not fragile.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think I have anything else
No,
to
she's not
add.
fragile.
Other than that, it was just so. What a reminder to just allow ourselves to open ourselves fully to the full human experience. Because what the hell are we on this planet for if not that?
Exactly.
To feel it all, to live it all with just 100% all inness.
Exactly.
Right? Thank you, Parul.
And if there's one more thing I might suggest, there's this book called Letting Go. That book, I think, I would suggest everyone read if you want to enjoy the ride of this life and any journey that you are going through in life. That book, Letting Go, will really bring to life and to light everything that you're holding on to. That has helped me so much. And that's why I keep saying, life, she's not fragile. Oh, she ain't fragile. She won't let you go without you learning a lesson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you so much, Parul, for your love and your openness. Thank you also, Stephen, for being here with us.
Thank you.
In your memory. And I hope this episode resonated with all of you. And if it did, do share it. Do share it because the story is really so special. And remember, just go all in life. The full human experience. The grief, but also the love and the light that there is to be had. It's been Stephanie Zubiri for Soulful Feasts. I hope you have just this delicious rest of your day, holding all those emotions and feeling it all. We're here for you.